this is it again. A few people wanted to see it running. Still got to paint this, put some D-loops on it, a winch. I think I'm gonna color match these, I decided. I'm gonna leave this trim right here black though. I think that'd be a cool accent with the other black detail on it. Took the doors off today. It's my first time to drive it without the doors. It's really cool hearing the turbo spool up in the diesel, you know, without the doors on it. It's a whole different noise. I gotta put a tip on it, haven't done that yet. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with fender flares. I know again I'm gonna paint them, but I don't like how the LJ flare doesn't do like the JT would do, which, you know, would come on down and leave and fill in that gap. A little bit of work here. I still want to do some adjustments with this rear bumper. I want to clean it up, paint it. Obviously my throw on hitch right now is kind of goofy and doesn't really make sense, but something there I'm gonna have to fiddle with. And the door right here, I need to work on this little door line. There's a bunch of little things that I just want to do. As far as main stuff to daily drive it and use it and everything else, I got four-wheel drive shifter, I got gauges, I got a couple of gauges right now to read, you know, oil pressure and water temp, but I need to get all these gauges operating like they should. All the sound system's done. I replaced the speakers and stuff like that, got some newer stuff in there, and put a sub in the rear because the JK sub wouldn't fit anymore since it's, you know what I mean, the way it's redesigned. So I just used the sub box behind the seat because the way I designed it, it just has a lot of space back there. I think I got like a 13-inch gap right here. I'm still considering the idea of making two full doors. We're basically making this same kind of channel right here, which you use the JK 2-door channel right here to put back here. I already have it, just need two doors, and I would have to amputate this piece right here that's on the other door, original to this Jeep body, and put that on another front door to create, you know, the square that I would need. Then I have to get glass cut to fit in there. But as far as that, that's the only door frame part I'd have to worry about, and it would look pretty factory seeing that that's such a hard steel. It wouldn't be wavy or anything like that. So if I can do that, that'd be really cool. I'd have full doors, and I think I have enough space, you know, for that kind of gap to actually work back here. And then I'd have to redesign the hardtop again. So the only thing I'm worried about hardtop, doing it redesigned, is this rain channel right here. I don't really know how to simulate that and continue back a little further. So it would just kind of have to run down right there. Be an inconvenience to the back person opening the door if it's raining, I guess. But yeah, this is kind of where I'm at. I haven't done the fifth wheel, not fifth wheel, but gooseneck hitch yet. All I got to do is cut the square hole, drill 4 holes, and drop it in and bolt it in there. So as far as the mounts in the frame, they're all there. I don't have to do that. E-brake, I need to get that going. This is just some old junk e-brake lines, and they're no good. So I'm just going to pull all that garbage off and put some fresh stuff on there, new brake pad or brake shoes for the e-brake, and then figure out a way to tie those into the cable to the e-brake right here. So that's going to be interesting trying to figure out in itself. But again, one thing at a time. I got the main things done. It drove probably 1,000 miles worth of driving over the last, I'd say, week and a half, and it's been great so far. I do need to upgrade the electric fan. The JK electric fan that's from 2011 to 2007 to 2011 is actually a brush fan, which means they're not really designed to run at 100%. And this one's set up right now. When I turn the key on, it just turns on always. So it's 100%. What it's doing is it's eventually burning my relays out, and I have to replace the relay and go again. It usually lasts me about 3 or 4 days. But the fix to that, I believe, is going to be 2012 and up fan right there, electric fan. They're brushless. They cost a little bit more. They're direct bolt-in from what I see. That's the only negative I can see is the cost. And I have to figure the wiring for it. It has a 3-wire, 1 small wire and 2 large wires. I'm figuring positive and negative, and the small wire is probably like maybe a mid-range fan speed or something like that. But if I can run it 100% duty cycle without any kind of heat or anything happening to the relay, I think I'll be set on that. So that'd be cool. And it should be pretty much a direct bolt-up. Other little things I want to do to it. These step bars right here, I actually like them a lot. It's my favorite kind. A lot of people don't like that kind. A lot of people do, I don't know. But for me, that's my favorite. I just want this to extend on back a little further so it looks more uniform to this Jeep and not like a JK. So I'm going to give those probably to my wife, and I'm going to probably try to find another set that'll kind of work a little better. Maybe a JT set or something like that whenever I can build up some more cash funding to go towards it. About tapped out trying to build everything, but you know, I saved quite a bit doing all of it myself. As far as steering, I've had a lot of people comment on the steering, and that's just how a second gen steers. They just kind of have a real weird gear ratio in the steering, so when you barely turn, it hardly does anything. If you turn all the way, you know, it'll get on over there, but that's kind of how the steering is on a second gen. They have like a real crazy ratio in their steering, so it's actually tight, but it's just a crazy ratio. And I wish it was more like a 13-to-1 or something like that, but some factories came with an 18-to-1, which is a really crazy one. This one's a 15-to-1 redhead gearbox, which is really nice. It's got a great connection feel to it compared to the factory. And then I got a dual steering stabilizer kit I just put on there. That's I forget what it's called, Rancho I think is what those stabilizers are. They're pretty stout. I noticed Rancho seems to last a little longer, at least in my opinion. So that works out pretty good, and that helped a lot, because the whole trip to Florida I drove without steering stabilizer at all. No shimmy or anything, it's just it kind of wanted to you know, wonder. If you look in my first videos, it's really like kind of like this, and that's because it's hitting bumps and riding with the road, just free steering, you know. But I think a little bit of toe in would probably help a lot of that too. But that's pretty much where I'm at.